नमस्कार, वेलकम टू दिनामी इकोनॉमी एंड इकोनॉमिक्स। इस चैनल पर आपको अर्थशास्त्र के कंसेप्ट का बेस्ट एनालिसिस मिलते हैं। अगर आप बेस्ट एनालिसिस चाहते हैं तो दिस चैनल इज फॉर यू। इस वीडियो में हम बात करेंगे ISLM मॉडल की आवश्यकता क्यों पड़ी, व्हाट इज द नीड फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ISLM मॉडल। दिस मॉडल became necessary due to lacuna in Keynesian theory of rate of interest. कीन्स ने क्लासिकल थ्योरी की आलोचना किया, लेकिन जिन बिंदुओं पर उन्होंने क्लासिकल थ्योरी की आलोचना किया वही समस्याएं कीन्स के थ्योरी ऑफ इंटरेस्ट में भी डेवलप हुई। इसके सोल्यूशन के लिए ISLM मॉडल दिया गया। तो सबसे पहले हम ये देखते हैं कि आखिर कीन्स ने क्लासिकल थ्योरी ऑफ इंटरेस्ट में क्या समस्याएं पाई। According to classicals, economy always remains at full employment level. It means income of the economy as a whole is fixed. Now, how to change savings or consumption? In classical view, since economy is at full employment level, there is no change in income. So, savings can vary only because of change in rate of interest. Therefore, classicals posited that saving is an increasing function of rate of interest. It means when rate of interest increases, saving also increases, and when rate of interest decreases, saving also decreases. Similarly, they posited that investment is a decreasing function of rate of interest. It means when rate of interest increases, investment decreases, and when rate of interest decreases, investment increases. So we have this type of diagram. This is saving curve and this is investment curve. Initial equilibrium point is this one, say it is E. At this point, saving and investment are equal, therefore goods market is in equilibrium. Now, if saving declines, saving curve becomes S dash, then there is new equilibrium point, this one. As savings falls, rate of interest increases and investment also falls. So this is new equilibrium point. Similarly, because of innovation or any other reason, if investment increases, in that case, this is the new equilibrium point and this curve shift to here. This is the equilibrium point, again rate of interest has increased. So in classical mechanism, rate of interest is the equilibrating force. It is the rate of interest which brings saving and investment in equilibrium. Keep in mind that income is supposed to be fixed because economy is at full employment level. Here, Keynes says that economy is not always at full employment level. So, income is also a variable. If income becomes variable, in that case, saving depends upon income. In other words, saving becomes a function of income. As income increases, saving also increases. As income decreases, saving also decreases. So, Keynes rejected classical saving function who support that saving depends upon rate of interest. In Keynesian system, saving depends upon income. Now, Keynes says that since saving depends upon income and rate of interest depends upon saving. So, to know the rate of interest, income must be known. On the other side, rate of interest affects investment and investment affects income. So, if income is to be known, then rate of interest must be known. Here we have a kind of circular reasoning that rate of interest depends upon income and income depends upon rate of interest. So, this becomes indeterminate. Also, classicals said that there is dichotomy. real rate of interest depends or determined in goods market, whereas money market has a role in determination of only price. Money market has no role in determination of rate of interest or investment and saving. Keynes tried to fill this theoretical gap. According to Keynes, there is interaction between money market and goods market, and he tried to integrate money market and goods market through his own theory of rate of interest. In Keynesian system, rate of interest is not a real sector variable, that is, it is not determined in goods market. According to Keynes, rate of interest is determined in money market, it is a monetary variable. In fact, Keynes has defined rate of interest as a price paid for parting with liquidity. So, rate of interest is determined in money market, where demand for money equals supply of money. Rate of interest is determined in money market. This rate of interest affects investment, and through the multiplier process, investment affects income. In this way, he integrated money market and goods market. Rate of interest is determined in money market, and through rate of interest via multiplier process and multiplier process, investment determines income. Here again, we find that in Keynesian system, demand for money depends upon income and rate of interest. According to Keynes, transaction and precautionary demands depend upon income, whereas the speculative demand depends upon rate of interest. So, total demand for money becomes function of income and rate of interest. When this equilibrium takes place, that is, money supply becomes equal to demand for money, rate of interest is determined. But here again, we find the same lacuna which Keynes found in classical theory. How? See here. In Keynesian system, saving is function of income and investment is function of rate of interest. For equilibrium in goods market, saving must be equal to investment, that is, this must be equal to this one. Means there are two variables entering the equilibrium equation even in Keynesian system. One is income and other is rate of interest. Both has to be determined. What Keynes said or did is that rate of interest is determined in money market, and by that rate of interest, investment is determined in goods market. Thereafter, through the multiplier process, income is determined. Now, problem is, since there are two variables, income and rate of interest, which are to be determined, and these two variables find place in money market as well as in goods market. See in this graph, this is supply of money which is fixed, this is demand for money curve, and this is the equilibrium rate of interest in money market. In goods market, this is saving curve, this is income, this is saving curve, this is increasing function of income. In this graph, this is 45-degree line which brings equality of saving and investment. This is the saving and this is the investment. These two are equal because this is 45-degree line. And this is the investment curve which is negatively sloped, which means there is negative relationship between rate of interest and investment. Now, in goods market, this is the equilibrium rate of interest. If this is the income, this is saving, this investment, and this investment can be obtained at this rate of interest. This is the rate of interest in money market. In Keynesian system, there is no mechanism which can ensure that these two rate of interest will be equal. So even in Keynesian system, we have circular reasoning that in money market, rate of interest depends upon income. In goods market, saving depends upon income, and investment depends upon rate of interest. So here again, we find that rate of interest influences income and is also influenced by income. So the reasoning which he applied to criticize classical theory is similarly applicable to criticize Keynesian theory. To fill this gap, this analytical gap, ISLM model was developed. Because in money market, we have two variables, income and rate of interest, and even in goods market, we have two variables, income and rate of interest. Equilibrium equations in the two markets. In money market, say, this is demand for money equation, equilibrium equation, and in goods market, say, this is equation for goods market, equilibrium. Now see, there are two equations with two variables, income and rate of interest, income and rate of interest. If we solve these two equations, we can have unique values of income and rate of interest, which give equilibrium in goods market and money market simultaneously. This job has been performed by the Hicks-Hansen analysis of ISLM model. So the ISLM model is the technique which brings simultaneous equilibrium in goods market and money market, or you can say that by this model we get simultaneous equilibrium values of income and rate of interest, which puts money market as well as goods market in इक्विलिब्रियम। इस वीडियो में बस इतना ही। अगर पसंद आया तो लाइक करें, शेयर करें, सब्सक्राइब करें। वीडियो देखने के लिए